So first step, find GCF and factor. Then you find your horizontal asymptotes and compare the degrees. If the numerator is bigger than the denominator, there's none. If the numerator equals the denominator, divide leading coefficients. If the numerator is less than the denominator, y equals 0. And these are always written as a y equals, besides the none. If it's none, it's just none. This is the equation for your horizontal asymptote. Y equals whatever you find. Next are discontinuities. There are two kinds. The vertical asymptote which is the excluded value that doesn't cancel. These are always written as x equals. The other discontinuity is the whole. Excluded value that cancels. This is written in a coordinate point. The excluded value is your x. Your y, you find it by plugging the excluded value that canceled into the simplified equation. Okay. Are we good on the top? Can I scroll up? Like to the horizontal asymptote? Oh. Right here. Yeah.
So is it the root or is it the number itself? You know, like how they're in, like, it's like x minus 3, so would it be 3 or would it be negative 2?
It's the root.
Okay.
I am here for that level of vocabulary.
Oh yeah. X-intercept. You set the numerator equal to 0. So it needs to be factored, and then you need to set each of those factors equal to 0. And it always looks like coordinate point x comma 0. And there could be more than one. For your x-intercepts, note the multiplicity. And your vertical asymptotes. For the y-intercept, plug in 0 for, I was writing faster than I was speaking, for all x's and solve. Okay, so once you've found all of these, the vertical asymptotes multiplicity oh sorry, the first was 1 and 2, and then I did stars, but I just did all intercepts as 3.
The number doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
It's a list.
It's just a list. So if it has an odd multiplicity, the lines go in opposite directions by the asymptote.
Do you mind writing sign change? Thanks.
Even multiplicity, same direction, aka no sign change. Then we have our x-intercepts multiplicities. If it's an odd multiplicity, it goes through. It goes through the x-axis. The even, it bounces. So no sign change. Are there any questions so far? Okay, the last thing I want to write is how to do the domain. You need your excluded values for this. So It's always going to look like negative infinity, and it's always going to have parentheses, okay, on this domain. Negative infinity to the smallest, I'm just going to abbreviate, smallest excluded value and then your smallest excluded value to your bigger excluded value. If there's more than 2, you could do dot, dot, dot. If there's less than 2, you can skip this one, right? Not dot, don't do dot, dot, dot. I just mean keep going from each one in order. And then your bigger excluded value goes to infinity. Example, if my excluded values are x cannot equal -3 and 5, it would look like negative infinity to -3, -3 to 5, 5 to infinity. Okay. Keep this with you as you do your homework. It's going to make it so much easier. And when you do it, focus at one step at a time. Don't look at it as a whole. One step at a time, and you won't panic. Promise. Yeah.
Is this next homework a review or is it?
No, review is next time.
Yeah.
This is just more graphing with multiplicities.
Mm-hmm.